Okay, so it is 8 o'clock and I want to be respectful of your time. I have a bunch to cover tonight, so hold your questions until the end. You can also shoot me an email if you think of anything later. I'm pretty approachable, so if there's anything you need to know, let me know, or you can drop your questions in the comments. So I wanted to just start out by introducing myself. I'm Danny Claire. I am a diamond coach with Team Beachbody. I have been a coach for a little under 5 years now. I started out, I just signed up to get discounts on products. I was doing the 21-day fix, was my first program, and I was getting awesome results with it. Absolutely loved it. But I wanted to start using some of the products as well. All I was doing at that point was the workouts in the little containers. But I wanted to try some of the supplements, the shakes and the pre-workout and the post-workout and things like that. So I decided to sign up as a coach. But I also have a business background, so I knew that at some point I might want to make this into a business. So I sought out a top coach within the company. I literally just Googled like top 10 Beachbody coaches and found the one that I resonated most with. Amy Silverman is my mentor. She has been a coach, I believe, for like 8 or 9 years now. She's a 7-time top 10 coach. So she's an amazing person to learn from. We get so many perks being on her team. It's awesome. I've learned a lot from her, and she's just a great person to be connected to. So for the first few years, I did coach kind of more like a hobby. I really loved it. I enjoyed it. I didn't quite see the potential in it yet. And then I got cancer. So I was diagnosed with stage 3 thyroid cancer. Probably about 2.5 years into my journey with Beachbody. And it kind of made me take a step back from everything. I just, my mindset was all off and everything. I had lost 40 pounds with Beachbody, but then I gained it all back because when you have thyroid issues or when you lose your thyroid, it can be very difficult to maintain your weight. So fast forward to last August, I had been trying so many different things to lose weight. I was frustrated with Beachbody because it wasn't working. So I dabbled in some other things, but I was finding that I really missed the culture and the workouts. I had never quit as a coach. I just wasn't really actively doing it anymore. And so I started doing the workouts again, just a little bit here and there. And I just fell back in love with the trainers and the workouts and the culture and the people and everything. And I just decided then and there, you know what? I'm going to do this. This is something that brings me joy, and I'm going to recommit to this business. So starting at the end of August, I did recommit to my business. I went diamond within 6 weeks of making that decision, which is pretty difficult to do, but I did it because I was dedicated, and my business has been growing steadily ever since. So we're talking like 6 months that I'm actually into my business at this point. Excuse me. I'm getting over a cold, so I'm sorry if I have to stop and cough. So that's basically my story. I wanted to tell you guys kind of like what a typical day looks like for me. I do work full time. I'm a researcher for an education company. So I have to kind of like work my business into pockets of time. I get up really early in the morning, and I don't want to freak you out. Like, that's not a necessity, but for me it works because because of my thyroid issue, I have a lot of like fatigue and stuff like that. So getting up early in the morning, I tend to have more energy, which is kind of weird, but I get up early in the morning and I get a lot of things done before I have to go to work. Now, some days I go to the office. A lot of times I work from home. I have a home office, and I have the ability to work from home, which is, I'm very lucky to be able to do some time in my day. I don't have to have a commute every day. So if I have a lot of stuff I want to get done for my Beachbody business, I'll work from home so that I have that extra time, because it saves me about an hour or so. But if you are somebody who works part-time or full-time, this is still definitely doable. And a lot of people build this alongside their full-time business. I was just on a training call with one of our top coaches in the entire company. I think she was like number 8. And she was saying that when she first started her Beachbody business, she was working in a corporate job 60 hours a week. And she was able to build her business to the point where she quit her job in, I think she said 8 or 9 months. So it's definitely possible. That's not average, but it's possible. And that's always what I want people to understand, is that the possibilities with this business are endless. It's just you who's limiting yourself. So you can take this opportunity and do what you want with it. So my typical day, like I said, is that I get up very early. I get up at 5 a.m. And I have a whole morning routine that I do, because the most successful people in the world have a morning routine. So success leaves clues, and I like to follow that. So I meditate in the morning. I do my workout. I do personal development work, which is really big in our company. Personal development, if you're not familiar with it, is when you work on yourself. So you can do that through reading books or listening to podcasts or watching YouTube videos, all, centered around positivity, gratitude, things that you need to work on. Maybe you have fears that you need to overcome. Maybe you struggle with confidence. Maybe you're always like comparing yourself to other people. There's personal development for all of that stuff. So that's something that I do every single day. And then I do some business training. After that, I make sure that I am making connections with new people and people who are already working with me as my clients, because it's very, very important. It's the most important thing in our business, is to build relationships. And so I reach out to a lot of people. I usually spend about an hour doing that, just to, build those relationships, and also make sure that my current clients don't need anything from me. I want to make sure that they're doing well with their program and don't have any questions or anything like that for me. So then I work my normal job, and then I typically take my lunch hour and I work on Beachbody. I find like any pocket of the day that I can, I will use to build my business, because I really do believe in the power of this business and this company and what I am able to achieve. I just need to work at it, and I need to make sure that I'm devoting the time. So instead of like going to lunch with my coworkers or, watching YouTube videos or whatever, I am working. A couple of other things that we do as coaches, we do a lot of stuff on social media. You don't have to, but it is probably the fastest way to build your business. Some people do it face-to-face if they live, if they have a lot of connections in their area. A lot of times they'll just, meet face-to-face with people. That's not really my jam. That's not really how I like to do things. I love social media. I actually used to work in social media marketing, so I'm very comfortable with it. And so, we make sure that we're posting and sharing our journey, letting people know what we're doing. So if you follow me on social media, you've probably seen my posts and my videos of my workouts and things like that. That's what we do, because we need to show people that we're living the lifestyle and we're consistent with it, and that we're somebody that they can depend on if they need some support in their own journey. So I do that, and I just, I reach out to people and just find out what their goals are, what they need. And I just love it. You don't even have to like really love, you don't have to typically be a people person. You just have to know how to have conversations, and you need to care about people. You need to care about what they want, what their goals are, and how you can help them to achieve it. So I know a lot of people have questions and concerns when they're getting into something like this. And the number one thing that people say to me is that they don't want to get into a sales job, or they're not salespeople. I will tell you guys, I am not a salesperson at all. It makes me like super uncomfortable to even think about it. And I think that what people need to do is reframe it and realize that this isn't something that we're selling. We're actually helping people. What we're doing is we are offering a total solution to people who need to get healthier. Some people need to lose weight. Some people need to reduce their cholesterol. Some people need to build muscle and tone. But we are helping people to get closer to that ultimate health. After having a cancer diagnosis, that's extremely important to me, and it really should be important to everybody because we're all touched by disease in some way, shape, or form, and living a healthy lifestyle is our best bet against that. So I feel like it's my mission to really help people. So when I'm offering somebody an opportunity to work out, eat healthy, supplement with the best superfoods in the entire world, I'm offering them a solution so that they can live a longer, healthier life. So to me, that doesn't feel like I'm selling them something. It's something that I truly believe in. It has made a difference for me. With the condition that I have, I still feel amazing most days. And the longer I do it, the longer I drink my shakes, work out every day, eat healthy, make sure I get a lot of vegetables, a lot of water, all of that stuff, the better I feel. And it's just very important to me to share that with people. If you're not a beach body, if you don't have, you're not at your goal weight, or you don't have muscles or a flat stomach, that doesn't matter, you guys. What matters is the inspiration. What matters is showing up every day and showing people that you're being consistent. It inspires people so much, you guys. When I decided to recommit to my business, I had gained back almost all the weight that I had originally lost. And it was embarrassing because people already knew that I had been a Beachbody coach and that I had lost all this weight. And then all of a sudden here I was almost 40 pounds overweight again. And I really needed to show them that I wasn't going to let that stop me. Was it frustrating that I gained that weight back? Yeah, but I didn't let that stop me. I started up again. I kept going. I post my workouts every single day. And people have been very inspired by that. I have gotten so many messages from people cheering me on, asking me what I'm doing, wanting to join up with me. And that's really meaningful to me. So it doesn't matter if you're at your goal weight or not. What matters is that you're showing up consistently. And if you're not a fitness expert or a nutrition expert, I'm not either. I really didn't know much about this at all. I was the girl in high school who used to skip out of doing stuff in gym class and walk to the mile run that we had to do every year. And I was a junk food junkie. I just was never somebody who was into this stuff. But when I started my first program and I started seeing results and I felt so good and so passionate about it, that really made me want to share that with other people. But we have within our company experts, fitness experts who create the fitness programs, and we have nutrition experts who create the nutrition programs. What we do is motivate people, inspire people, and introduce them to these opportunities. That's all. You don't have to know a ton about nutrition or fitness. You need to get to know our products and our programs. And when you're talking to somebody about their goals, you need to say, oh, okay, well, this is somebody who's never really worked out before. Maybe the 21-day fix would be a good fit for them. Or maybe PYO, which is a blend of Pilates and yoga. Maybe that would be a good program for them because they really don't want high impact. Or, oh, this person loves working out and loves to get sweaty and loves to go at it hard. Maybe Insanity would be good for them. So that's what we do. We get to know our programs really well, and then we make recommendations to people so that they're not just trying to navigate and figure it out on their own. So it's really important to get to know what we offer, but you don't have to know everything about fitness and everything about nutrition. You just need to get to know our products and programs, and we have tons of training. So it's not like you're going to come into it and we're going to expect you to know everything. You have a complete support system within the team and with me as your mentor to help you answer questions and help you get going with everything. So just, don't let that deter you from this. Most people want to know about the money, and I totally get that. I'll be honest with you, it's a difficult question to answer because it really depends on you. It depends on how much time you're willing to put in and how hard you're willing to work. I've seen people join this business and go from nothing to 6 figures within a year. And then I have seen other people on my team who haven't moved at all. They might be making $50 here or there, but it's because they're not working hard. I can tell you that most people don't work as hard as they could work in this business. And that's because they really need to work on that personal development that I talked about earlier. They really need to work on themselves. And I have to say, like, that's one of the things I love the most about this business is the more I work on myself and improve myself, the better I become, the more people I help, and ultimately the more money I make. For me, the money isn't the most important thing. I really work hard to seek out a life of fulfillment, and this is very fulfilling to me. But of course, the money is nice. And yes, it would be nice at some point to quit my job and do this full time. And that is ultimately the goal. But for now, I'm working on myself, and I'm working on just touching as many lives as I can and helping as many people as I can. But the money is nice. And I will say that this past week I had the best paycheck I've ever had because I've been working so hard and so consistently at this. Very possible. My mentor, Amy Silverman, who is I think she's the number 7 coach this year out of like 500,000 coaches. She's easily making at least $1 million a year. It's incredible. And she lives this very amazing lifestyle. She travels all over the place, and she's lived in all these exotic places since I've known her, and I've only known her like 5 years, not even. It's really incredible. So there's a lot. Just dream big, you guys. There's so much that you can do with this, but you just have to believe in it. If you want to talk more about the money, I'm happy to do that. But like I said, it is difficult to tell you like you're going to make this much. But I can tell you that if you do what I tell you to do as a new coach, as part of your training, you absolutely will make your money back within the first few weeks. But you have to work for it. And then after that, it's all profit. It's all profit, baby. It's awesome. And then I just wanted to say, like, I've talked a lot about why I love coaching, but I want you guys to understand that this is a business, but it's also about you. It's about working on your personal journey. It's about building that consistency with your personal development, with your workouts, with your nutrition. You have nothing to lose by that, right? We all can improve our diets. We all could really use some positivity. And it has made such a difference for me in that way that I feel more positive. I feel like I have a sense of purpose. I feel like I have a sense of direction. I'm excited it sounds crazy. And when I hear other people say this, I'm like, oh, but I'm excited to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I can't wait to start my day and do all of the things and help all of the people. It's just the most rewarding thing I've ever done. And I'm just so excited to share it with all of you. So that's pretty much everything that I had to say. I just want to see if we have any questions. Excuse me. Let me just open this up here. Oh, okay. Samantha asked, how much does it cost to get started? So there are multiple answers to that, but basically the best way to sign up as a coach is to purchase a challenge pack. A challenge pack is what we sell customers also, and it's a fitness program bundled with a meal plan and Shakeology. I need water, guys. I'm sorry. It comes in a bundled package. So that gives you the total solution. And the best thing about that is as a new coach, you get to experience all of that stuff so you can start recommending it to people. And again, remember I said this isn't a sales job. You're recommending things to people. I made a post about this last week. Sometimes I get like a little weird about sharing about the shake because like I have no problem because I work out every day. And I do drink my shake every day too, but I post workout clips and I don't even really say anything about them. I just post them. I don't think anything about it, but building trust with people is so important. And I don't ever want people to feel like I'm shoving products down their throat. So I always second guess myself when I post about the shake. But I also share about other stuff that I use every day. I share about my favorite lunch spot, and I share about the new sports bras that I just bought and I loved. I share about the new book that I'm reading. I shared about these new protein cookies that because I eat low carb. These new protein cookies that I just tried that were amazing. And so I'm like sharing about all of that stuff because they're part of my lifestyle. And that's basically what this is. It's just sharing about things that I use on a day-to-day basis that have made a difference for me. That's not selling, that's sharing, that's recommending. You recommend restaurants to people, you recommend movies to people. It's the same thing. So anyway, sorry, Samantha, I got a little sidetracked. You would purchase the challenge pack, and there are multiple challenge packs. You can get one for as low as $140. And then when you do that, the coach sign-up fee is waived. So you pay $140. You don't pay anything additional to become a coach at that point, and your business is open. I will tell you guys, you are going to be very hard pressed to find any other business that you can open for $140. I used to own a salon. I sunk thousands into that business. And believe me, I did not improve my health. I did not improve my fitness. I was stressed out all the time. I was drinking more than I should have because I was so stressed out. It did nothing for me. This did a lot for me. This business has done so much for me. So even if I had just invested that $140 and never made another cent, it still has made such a difference for me. But like I said, that's the lowest package, and then there are multiple, so we can talk about that. After that first month, there is a monthly coach fee that is I think it's like $16, $15.95. You pay that every month, and that covers like our customer service, our shipping and handling people, your website, all of that stuff that it costs to run a business. Again, if you owned a brick and mortar business like my salon, tons of overhead. I had to pay for my gas and electric. I had to pay for my water. I had to pay rent. I had to pay for the phone and the internet and all of that stuff. It cost a fortune. It was a nightmare. So I'm so sorry, you guys. I feel like I'm going to lose my voice soon, so I should probably wrap it up. Yeah, so sorry, I got sidetracked again. The overhead is very, very, very low. So I would recommend, if you're thinking about doing this, let's talk and figure out what the best package is for you. And then as soon as you're signed up, I'll get you plugged into training so we can talk about you getting your investment back. But I want you to look at this as, this is an investment into a business and into your health. This isn't like a cost. This is something that is going to actually help you. And the shakes replace a meal every day, so that saves you on your grocery bills and things like that. So, but let's talk about it. We can figure out a good package for you. So hopefully, Samantha, that answered your question. Let me just see. There's some comments. Are there any more questions, guys? Oh, okay. Carrie wants to know if she can fit this in with her full-time job and going to school. Absolutely. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. My mentor, Amy, who I mentioned earlier, when she started this business, she was working as a full-time waitress. So she was probably exhausted just from that. And she was going to school full-time. And she was also doing like an internship. I think she said like a part-time internship. So she was probably doing like 100 hours already. And she was doing P90X, which is our program that has like super long workouts, like an hour and a half. So I don't even know if the woman ever slept, but she was able to build this business. So you can too. It's not going to be easy, but we can figure it out. So if this is something that you're interested in doing, let's talk about it. Let's see if we can build a plan for you and go from there. All right, I have time for one more question. Let me just scroll through these comments. Oh, hey, Kate. All right, Lindsay has a question. She is at, wait, what? Sorry, I just lost that question for a second. Scrolling. Where is Lindsay? Lindsay. Oh, okay. Sorry, Lindsay. Lindsay wants to know what if she doesn't know a lot of people. We actually have systems in place to help you grow your network. So that is not a concern at all. There are a lot of people. I mean, when I first started my business, I had 600 friends on Facebook. I've known other people who had like no friends or no follows on Instagram. I had 600 friends, and I just built and built and built, and I'm maxed out at 5,000 now. So it's really not a big deal if you don't know a lot of people. That's the beauty of social media, is that you can start networking with people who you've never met before, who you don't know, all across the country. So if you live in a small town, that's not a big deal either. But you have to be coachable, and you have to be open to doing what we share with you and what we teach you, because we've done this for a while. We've done this before, and we know how to build this business. So you need to be open to that, and you need to be open to putting in some work if you want this to work. This is not the type of thing where you sign up and the money starts rolling in. That's just not the way that it works. This is your own business. It is absolutely not a job. It's a business, and you are your own boss. So that means that you need to hold yourself accountable. I'm not your boss. Amy is not your boss. The owners of Beachbody are not your boss. You are your boss. So you need to figure out a system. You need to figure out a schedule, and through the training, we'll teach you what to do. So, all right, I don't have time for any more questions. My voice is about to give out. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm a little doped up on cold medicine, so I was a little out of it tonight, but hopefully you got some value out of this. And just let me know what questions you have. Email me. My email is coachdaniclair@gmail.com. So that's CoachDaniklahr@gmail.com. Okay, thank you guys. Have a great night.